We are living in a world where pain has become normal. From back pain to knee degeneration, hundreds of millions are suffering, and most still don't know why. And guess what? It's your posture. Firstly, we need to understand what posture is. Posture is the result of dynamic coordination of movements that should allow the torso to stay high, expanded and balanced, providing the internal organs and circulatory system the space they need to function optimally. Good posture uses the passive support system of the fascia, so the body doesn't rely on constant exhausting muscular effort. Instead, it uses the tensile strength of the fascia, like the big thoracolumbar fascia in the back and the IT band in the legs, both mostly unused in the average person nowadays, as you can see in the images used by working with Jean de Mazorero. So what is fascia? Fascia is a continuous web of connective tissue that links every muscle, bone and organ into a single structure. In a state of harmonic expansion, this tissue acts like biomechanical springs or cables that are as strong as steel, making the body taut and resilient rather than slack and limp. This system provides the rigidity essential or elastic stiffness required to maintain structural integrity against gravity. Due tension. For the body to be stable and poised, the fascia must be drawn to its full length like biomechanical springs. Without this, the body collapses into effort and compression. You can imagine it like a tensegrity model that holds up weight with the right tension and the right load. Most people nowadays are habitually crumpling, shortening and narrowing the torso. This is usually done subconsciously because they learned from whoever raised them how to move, walk, sit down, etc., and didn't know any better. Movement is underrated, but think about it. Doing wrong movements repeatedly and unconsciously will lead to stiffness and tension in some muscles but not in others. So after a while, some muscles become short while others become too long and inactive. Here's the problem. How do most people try to solve it? Training, massage, stretching, yoga, Pilates, taking pills, and so on. Why doesn't it work? It's only masking symptoms. Massage and pain medication provide only temporary relief because they try to massage away tension or dull pain without changing the way the body is organized. If you return to the same habitual movement patterns after the treatment, the same problems will inevitably reappear. So basically, most people are stuck in a loop of catching the new symptom and working on the single problem, and so they will never fix their posture. And this is where it gets interesting. True correction must address the thinking and the unreasoned habits that dictate how the body is used. Building muscle or performing heavy lifts on a discombobulated foundation can actually be harmful. If a person has suboptimal coordination like an arched back or a protruding abdomen, lifting weights often repeats those wrong movement patterns with added load, making the harmful habits more deeply ingrained in the nervous system. Many people approach yoga or stretching with a mindset of end gaining, where the focus is on the desired result, like a specific pose, rather than the means whereby, how to do it. And this leads to shortening the back. How to solve it once and for all. Removing the cause with the rational alternative. The only way to achieve lasting change is through conscious guidance and control. This involves using the reasoning, controlling mind to identify and inhibit habitual reactions while applying precise, simultaneous verbal instructions to reorganize the bony structure, the ribcage and the pelvis. This method turns posture into an educational process of thinking and activity rather than a purely physical drill. In short, it is a gymnastic of the mind that uses speech to bridge the gap between theory and action, transforming how one uses the self in everyday activity of life. For those who want to learn more about the technique, visit my website or book a lesson in the Initial Alexander Technique, where I give one-on-one lesson via Zoom, so you will be able to see your own transformation over time directly on video. Not just feel it, but actually observe how your coordination, structure, and ease of movement change step by step.